everyone, my name is Nathaniel Soil. If you're watching this, you probably already know that. I make comics like Dark Mouse. I make comics like The Shadow People, which is an augmented reality joint. And I'm always interested in finding out about new conventions and new places to exhibit my artwork. And I have on the video today in this video, we're going to be talking to Eric Hauser, who is putting together a comic fest in Whittier, California, which is like a stone's throw from where I am in Baldwin Park. I'm really looking forward to it. Eric, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi. First of all, thank you so much for having me on here. Um, yeah, I was born and raised here in Whittier. I've been doing comic book signings at a local store called Fisk Comics. We've had some amazing artists throughout the past year, and now finally trying to scale that and doing this comic fest, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, I'm just a simple promoter trying to scale his way up the industry essentially.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, I jumped in there with probably not enough context, but yeah, so Whittier Comic Fest is coming up. This is an event that you're putting on. You've already put on a few different events. Like you said, you're working at a local comic shop called Fisk. Tell everyone what the Whittier Comic Fest is, when it's going to be, and what the entry fee is, because I keep seeing that heavily promoted, and it's a key sticking point for me. But go ahead.
Yeah. So it's free admission. We're not charging any entry fee to go in, so we encourage, families. We want to keep it family oriented. It's a community oriented event that's going to be taking place at the Whittier Community Center on November 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's essentially Whittier's first Comic Con, so to say. So the community has been very responsive to it, which I've been very grateful for. The slogan for the event is comics, collectibles, and community. So that's essentially what we're aiming for, just provide an event where people can come, and we'll have a variety of different artists like yourself. We have Ricky Simmons, who voiced Gurr and Invader Zim, attending. So it's going to be a really fun and cool event to attend. And we've been working really hard to set it up. So we hope that whoever does attend really enjoys it.
Yeah, you guys really have been working hard. So like if you're not already following the event on Instagram, you should absolutely do so. They have a lot of key individuals that are not just like local creators, but a few people that are kind of renowned in the industry. So I think that's pretty cool. What is it about Whittier specifically that makes it a prime location to hold a comic celebration, or is this just because you're from Whittier and you wanted to see that in your area? What's the story behind behind Whittier being the location for the show?
So I was born and raised here in Whittier, um, and so I noticed that Whittier had this great comic community. There's several comic book stores here in Whittier, not just Fisk, and so I noticed that Whittier could really use an event like this. Because Whittier is such a big community with such a rich history, and bringing artists, big figures in the industry here to Whittier to come and meet the community, interact with the community, be able to provide that, I thought was really needed. So that's essentially what I'm doing is trying to put on a show here. And like I said earlier, the community has been very responsive to it, which I've been immensely grateful for. So I'm excited to see how things turn out the day of.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Same here. And so it sounds like there was already that community there, but maybe it wasn't like centralized, and you're trying to bring it all under one roof
exactly.
and maybe do some cross-pollinating there. So like if you're already going to one store, maybe you don't know about these other creators that probably aren't inside that store as much as possible. Like there's a lot of room for people to get their peanut butter and their chocolate, so to speak.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nice, cool. Yeah, create awareness, share knowledge. It's kind of what you want to see in local shows. What's your favorite aspect about comic book conventions? Like panels, artist alley, cosplayers is something that has become like really prevalent in the past like 20 years as like a specific thing. I feel like there was always people dressing up at these conventions, but it's become like its own industry. What is it about comic conventions for you that makes you love them?
I think most likely Artist Alley. I love exploring Artist Alley and seeing the different creators there. Being able to talk to, creators that I admire that I haven't yet met, being able to pick their brain, check out what they're selling is personally my favorite part. In my opinion, I feel as though Artist Alley is like the backbone of any Comic Con because without comic creators, we would never have a Comic Con essentially. So I would say that's my favorite part about comic conventions in general.
Nice. And it does I don't think it's overly what's the word? Like there's like a subtle feel about this event as you look at like the posts from the event page or anything at least for me, anything that I see online about the Whittier Comic Fest. It feels like it's very artist oriented. Like the people that are popping up that I'm seeing are guests to the show are like people that I know to be artists or creators or writers. There's probably going to be cosplayers. I haven't seen those. Maybe it's my algorithm, but like it seems very art oriented, and you seem like an art centric or art oriented individual. You said that you've organized events. I imagine those are artist signings. Tell me about those events. Tell me about Anytime Productions, which is your organization. Is that right?
Yeah, Anytime Promotions. Yeah.
Promotions. I'm sorry. I'm just like
No,
glancing
no,
over, and I read that
it's
too
all good.
fast.
But yeah, I've been doing comic book signings at a store called Fist Comics that's located here in Whittier. We've had some amazing guests that I put together there. A few names like David Mack, Ray Anthony Height, Joe Rubenstein, Dan Panosian, um, Marat Michaels. So I've been doing that for the past year. And then I always knew at the back of my mind that I eventually wanted to scale it and do this event. And then a year later, here we are. And, I'm just doing my best to put on an amazing show. A lot of artists that I have worked with in the past are coming back, like Joe Rubenstein, Ray Anthony Height, Don Nguyen, a lot of creators that I've, already had at Fist Comics. And a lot of new art creators like Norm Ratmond and, so we're very, very excited for this event. And you know, am grateful that you're giving me this platform to come and share it with your community of
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I hope a million people watch this video. I hope enough people watch this video to boost it in whatever ways I can. Like I said, I like to always see local shows pop up. I'm from Fontana. I grew up in Fontana, and
Oh,
I
nice.
used to do the Riverside Art Festival and Riverside Art Walk all the time. So like I'm completely familiar with like trying to be a part of something in what's not normally considered an arts community. At least in Fontana, Riverside has a decent arts community. But getting back to this in Whittier, is Fisk Comics, is that in like the back of a like business commercial plaza where like parking's in the back? There's like a screen printing shop like two doors down.
Yeah, they're actually moving locations more central to Whittier. So they're
Okay,
gonna have like a really nice storefront. They'll also have their own section at the Comic Fest as well. But so yeah.
gotcha. Okay, cool. I've actually been in there. And you don't, do you
Oh,
work at the
nice.
store, or like have you worked at the store?
I'm just their promoter.
Okay,
So all I do is essentially bring the signings to their store.
gotcha.
And then they benefit from just the foot traffic of having artists there.
Sure, sure, naturally.
Yeah.
Which is why you want artists at a thing, which is why you want artists at the Comic Fest. Okay, I've been to Fisk Comics. I stopped there on the way home one day, and like it was like as we're talking, I'm remembering like, oh, I've been to this store. Like it was only once, but like that's cool to hear that they're getting like a different storefront. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see what they do with it. Last official question. Tell me what you hope attendees and people of Whittier and any neighboring cities that show up, what do you hope that people that are coming to the Whittier Comic Fest take away from the day? Like after I walk in for free and I check out all these artists, what do you hope that I'm thinking of as an attendee when I leave that day?
I hope that, the attendees see the amount of effort that we're putting into the event. and that they're able to appreciate and really get to know a lot of the creators that are attending, and just to check out the vendors that are there as well. We have an amazing lineup of vendors already signed up to appear, and what I leaving, I really hope that it puts and instills them with that excitement for the next one, because I plan on scaling this more and more. So if you're impressed and you're happy with the first event, just know that we're going to continually try to scale it year by year. So I hope people leave excited for the next one, have that kind of anticipation, because I do continue to plan on doing this year by year. So
Awesome. Cool, man. That's exciting to hear. It's exciting to hear that you want to do it again. Like already, we haven't even like you haven't even done
I
the
know.
first one yet, but like it's coming up on November 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you're just like, yeah, the next one's gonna be even bigger. And that's like, okay, cool. That's the excitement that we want. We need I feel like any kind of creative industry, you want people stoked like that, saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it this way, and then next year we're gonna do it this way. Like
Exactly.
you want to get pumped about that. Okay, cool. Those are like five things that like I was curious about. You mentioned that I was going to be there, so thank you for that. I'm excited to be a part of the first one and hopefully be a part of it as it grows. And I want to see it get big and better and really be a place for a hub for people to go in the convention scene because conventions can be pricey for people, and it's great that it's free. And hopefully, a lot of people in the area take advantage of it.
I hope so, and I'm really excited to have you there, and a lot of the creators are attending as well, and I appreciate it again.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks for the
Yeah,
call. Good luck, and I'll see you on
thank you.
November 18th.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.